Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Tuesday, the 7th of April. The Prime Minister believes the global order is floundering as war deepens in Iran. The US is threatening to blow up bridges and energy infrastructure in Iran unless Tehran reopens the Strait of Hormuz by tomorrow. Other countries are urging diplomacy, but no ceasefire proposals have eventuated. Chris Luxon says New Zealand will keep advocating for the rules-based system despite challenges to cooperative frameworks.
We've always got to try and strengthen those international bodies that did serve us well for 80 years and remake the case for multilateralism versus big powers that can make decisions on their own and bully others into different positions.
New Zealand has enough fertilizer for the next season, but prices are starting to increase, with about a third of global fertilizer trade passing through the blocked Strait of Hormuz. Australia is eyeing up Indonesia to replenish their stocks. New Zealand ships in about two-thirds of the fertiliser we use. The rest is made locally. Finance Minister Nicola Willis says the war is affecting prices.
It's gone up more than 50%, and of course that's a big cost for farmers on top of that big diesel bill they're already facing. So that's where you start to see that real pressure on food prices.
Hybrid and EV registrations last month outnumbered gas-powered vehicles. Motor Industry Association figures show registrations for EVs tripled compared to March last year, topping 2,400. Jordan Dunn has more.
It comes as fuel across the country becomes increasingly expensive, particularly diesel, which now costs more on average than 91 and 95. Vehicle registrations in general were up 25% compared to March 2025 at 15,000. Gas-powered vehicles made up just 48% of those, compared to the typical 61%.
Students worry the fight for jobs is getting even harder as public sector roles dry up. Driven by the government push for cost savings, the 485 public service graduate roles posted in November 2023 plummeted to 192 last November. Victoria University Students Association President Aidan Donoghue says finding work is a huge concern.
And if they don't have that option, then their first port of call is to look overseas.
A majority of Kiwis believe the public health system needs more money. New polling commissioned by lobby group Kaitiaki Hauora shows 85% want to boost funding to keep up with rising costs, wages and an ageing population. Support was strong, no matter party affiliation or age. Chair Rob Campbell says people aren't getting enough access to the healthcare they need.
They're clearly articulating that in this poll, and when this happens, this problem gets worse. The nation's teeth get worse, the nation's heart get worse, the nation's health in general.
Flight of the Conchords has announced 4 hometown shows in Wellington this month. They'll follow their Wellington run with 3 US shows. To sport, Super Rugby Pacific chair Kevin Malloy has defended staging just 3 matches over Easter compared to a full slate of AFL, NRL and A-League codes. He says ground availability, attendance concerns and religious reasons were behind the decision. The Crusaders are set to welcome back captain David Havili for their 2-week tour of Australia. And top-ranked Scotty Scheffler and defending champion Rory McIlroy have had their opening practices for golf's 90th Masters examined by a gallery beneath the Georgian pines. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.